Órale, cholo, choco, los tres chingones, boxing shots, all the chingones y chingonas, man. All right, so the third man, Mike Zavala, still out in Colombia. We hope he makes it back next week. But we got a gran chingon and metal one, Mr. David Contreras.
Hey, brother. Hopefully, Mikey comes back. Hopefully, he doesn't fall in love over there.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
They're gonna try to settle him down with a ring on the finger, man.
Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully, he comes back. Have you been watching? He's been posting on Los Tres Chingones Facebook page. He's on a bicycle over there, and he's lifting weights. He goes to an outside gym. You haven't seen his postings lately?
You know what? Outside gyms, man. I didn't know
Yeah,
he was hitting the outside gym like that.
yeah. He's over there lifting weights, and he's on a bicycle too, man.
Okay. Hey, good for him, man. Good for him. May have a good time over there as long as he comes back in one piece.
Exactly.
So shouts to Shawano Rain. David, man, oh man, oh man, oh man, David. We got some stuff to talk about. So let's start, David, with over the weekend. Did you get a chance to watch Yoanli Hernandez?
Yes.
Okay. There's controversy of the referee and all that, but and we'll get to that. But what did you think about him in his fight against yeah, I forgot Gershey, I forgot his name, but what was your thoughts on
I
his
wasn't
performance?
impressed, Ed.
Okay, okay.
I wasn't. I was bored. I was not impressed. The way you sold him,
Hmm.
like he's the next big thing, brother. Uh, I was not impressed, man. I was trying to get into the fight. I was trying to see if it was movement. Uh, I mean, I was expecting more. I mean, that's probably what it is. I was expecting more.
Okay. I look. I did sell it. I did sell it pretty big. I think as I was watching the fight, and we'll get to the stoppage, but as I was watching the fight, I was just kind of thinking, like, okay, you know what? Yeah, I'm not really seeing something special in this guy, other than the fact that he just hits hard.
Yeah,
Like I could hear the just the smacks, the smacks of the punches. I could see, I could hear that, and I'm like, okay, he hits hard and he's very imposing. He comes forward a lot and he hits hard. But, does he have a lot of great ring IQ or footwork or any of that stuff? That's yet to be seen. But I think I was just kind of impressed before with him stopping guys. So he scores a technical knockout, David, but was it really? And when I go back and you look at some of these guys' records, it's like, oh, you know what? So many fights is by stoppage. I think you really need to calculate what was the stoppage, because this is going to go down as a knockout in his record. Is when people just look it up, this is just going to go down like, oh, you know what? He's got so many knockouts out of so many fights. But really, it wasn't a knockout. It was a TKO. And maybe it shouldn't have even been that. What was your thoughts on the stoppage, David Pierce? That referee is getting some heat.
I was surprised, Ed. I mean, I was surprised. He was gonna eventually knock him out. He was good. He was winning, uh, but I was surprised. You know what I mean? I mean, it caught me by surprise. I don't think he was that hurt. I think he could have gone another round or two. So I
I,
was surprised.
you know,
He
uh,
didn't have a problem with it because he was losing on the scorecards. He was going to lose, but I just I didn't I thought he was going to give it another round or two. You know what I mean? I was surprised.
yeah, I didn't see. Gosh, I'm forgetting the guy's name, Gershey or
Uh,
something like that. He wasn't hurt. He wasn't. A lot of the shots that Yurnli Hernandez he wasn't landing clean. He was hitting the gloves, hitting the guard. He was hitting them hard. He was hitting them hard, and it seemed like it was kind of, dazing him a little bit. But I didn't like the stoppage, David. I think, and we'll get into the main event, but I didn't like the stoppage, David. I think that's kind of it's a dangerous place to get to, David, where now it's kind of like, hey, you know what? It's for the safety of the fighters. It's like, yes, okay, we get it, because things that happen in boxing, it's like, hey, you know what? This person's in a coma now. Hey, this person passed away. I get that, but at the same time, David, it's kind of like, okay, this guy isn't winning any rounds. He's not really that hurt, but he's definitely not hurting Yorandy Hernandez. Let's go ahead and stop it. I don't like that, because now it builds Hernandez as now he has another knockout on his resume, when it's like, no, it wasn't a knockout. As a matter of fact, it was a really bad stoppage. Let the guys fight. Let them keep going, man. If I didn't like it. I didn't like it, David.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. And I don't think it was a robbery because,
mm,
I mean, he was going to lose. I mean, he wasn't doing much. Uh, and maybe the referee, like you said, you could hear the punches. Maybe the referee was seeing something that we weren't. You know what I mean?
yeah, maybe so. And I think that's the bigger story than Yorandy Hernandez in that fight, because it's supposed to be Yorandy Hernandez, this upcoming 160 pounder. Which, like I said, I was more impressed with them before. Now that I looked at him here, I'm like, okay, he just hits really hard, which makes for fun. Which makes it can make for some fun fights depending on who he fights.
Mhm.
But did I see a lot of ring IQ, a lot of good movement, great footwork? No, not really. But he hits hard and he looks like he comes to fight. So, but that referee, man, he's catching some hell, and people people have been ripping him all week long. David, did you see the co-main event with Tellez and Brian Mendoza?
Yes.
What was your thoughts on that fight?
It was a good fight, Ed.
Mm.
I mean, Brian Mendoza was there to win. You know what I mean? He wasn't going to lose on that one. And you know what? Yeah, he did lose, but you know what? He that guy has a lot of corazon. You know what I mean? Mendoza has a lot of cora.
What was your thoughts on Tellez fighting with a broken nose with that headbutt?
You know what? That dude that's another dude that has heart. He could have just right there and then said, you know what? No, and it would have been a technicality. It would have been on either's record. But again, I was expecting him to be a knockout artist. I was expecting him, but maybe he fought the way he did. Instead of attacking him, he boxed, and he boxed beautifully. So this is another part of Thayas that I wasn't aware of. And Mendoza wanted to take his head off, and Thayas boxed him beautifully after having a broken nose. He had a broken nose. So
Yeah.
that, you know what? I became a fan of Thayas because of that, because he could have walked out. He could have.
Okay, David, if you are part of the Tellez camp, if you're part of his team, would you have stopped the fight and said, like, no, screw it? At that
Yes.
time, David, you don't know the outcome. At that time, I think it was early. I think it was like in the third round or something.
Mhm.
If you're part of this team, do you at that point say, like, no, 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 screw that? We got a lot of
Yes.
fight. We got a lot of fight left to go. I'm not gonna have my guy in there with a broken nose because of a headbutt. You know what I mean? If he broke his nose with a punch, okay, you got to go for it. But it was a headbutt. Would you allow your guy to keep going?
No, no, I would have stopped the fight, especially when you saw how much he was bleeding. I mean,
Mm,
dude, the whole area was full of blood.
right.
And he even said, he goes, you know what? It hurt 10 out of 10, man. He goes, it hurt a lot, and you could tell he was in excruciating pain. I wouldn't have let him fight, but you know what? The kid made a decision. My respect, man. And I thought personally he was going to get knocked out. I go, okay, now he's hurt. He can't breathe. Dude, he went on all 10 rounds, man. This happened like in the third round, right? He went seven
Yeah,
rounds.
yeah. I
Yeah,
think it was in like the third round. You still had a good 6, 7 rounds to go
yeah.
after that. You know,
My
so
respect for that guy, man. My respect.
okay. If it would have gone bad, David, if he would have lost the fight, I think everybody would be singing that tune. I don't think anybody's talking about it because he didn't lose. But had he lost the fight, I think everybody would be talking about like, "Hey, man, how come they didn't stop the fight?" Kind of like with Tim Tszyu when he got the big gash over his head fighting Fundora. Like, if you're the team, hey, you know what? Stop the fight, man. I don't want my guy out there. He can't see because of the elbow to the head. In this case, he won, so nobody's talking about it. But yeah, I mean, you got your guy out there with a broken nose. Look, David, it's a sport of warriors. We give it to the guys of like, hey man, you know what? My heart, my respect goes out to the guy, right? He's a warrior. He kept going. He didn't stop or anything of that sort. But the team, though, the team is kind of like, okay, look, guys, it worked out this time because he won the fight. But had he not won the fight, David, wouldn't everybody be saying like, how come you didn't stop the fight, man?
You
Of
know
course.
what? I'm surprised people aren't saying more. I haven't read much about that fight. I'm
Mhm.
surprised people should be saying. I mean, it should be all over that. Man, this kid has a lot of heart. Man, he went in with a broken nose. I mean, look at Mikey Garcia. Remember when he broke his nose fighting Salido? I mean,
Mhm.
he stopped the fight. He didn't continue fighting. And Mikey has a lot of heart. He's one of my favorite fighters. But I mean, that just shows you. Look at Vargas, Fernando Vargas Jr. when he fought your boy. I mean, in the
All
fourth
right.
round, little cut, and then he stopped bleeding, but he didn't go out. So, either way, I mean, me personally, I became a fan because you know what? This kid has corazon, man. He has a lot of heart.
Yeah, yeah, and also freaking shoot, what's the dang, I just had his name in my head. Ortiz, not Virgil Ortiz, the guy who used to fight. He stopped the fight. He called the fight off because he had a broken jaw, and that was from a punch.
Victor
So
Ortiz,
Vicious Victor Ortiz.
yeah,
Yes, yes.
yeah,
He was in the corner and he told Jack Reese, my jaw's broken. And he said, "So are you stopping the fight?" He said, "Yeah, man, my jaw's broken." And that was from a punch. So he was telling the ref, "I'll take the loss."
yeah.
In this case, it was a headbutt. You wouldn't have taken the loss, right? I'm not mad at Teles. I'm talking about the corners because that it's gone wrong. It would have been all bad. But at the same time, I kind of get it because it's like you put in all this work. Are you going to revisit this fight again? We're gonna we had put all this time. We're in the co-main event against Brian Mendoza, who's not a big star, but everybody just knows him because he knocked out the Tower Inferno, who was in the main event. Are we going to go through all this again? It was a bad headbutt, broke your nose in the third round. It's tough to be in that situation, David. If I were the team, I would have stopped it. I would have said, I don't want my guy going in there 7 more rounds with a broken nose because he took a big head shot right to the nose, man. But it worked out for him, David. So when it works out, nobody mentions it. But we'll see. Are you interested in seeing Mendoza and Teles where they go next, David?
Yes, because Mendoza is an entertaining fighter. He wants to fight. You know what I mean? Hey, Anthony, what's going on, brother? He wants to fight. He's an entertaining fighter. I like the way he fights. Reyes because he has a lot of heart. You know what? And he's a good boxer. He's a good boxer. You know what? I enjoy it. I would love to see him. I don't want to see the repeat because I think it's going to be even worse if Mendoza. I mean, if Tejas doesn't get a word hurt. I mean, the guy fought with a broken nose. He couldn't breathe, and he has a mouthpiece, and he's under excruciating pain, and he beat him. You know what I mean? But I want to see Tejas fight again. They fought at what 154, right?
I think I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I'm
they
not
did. I
sure.
remember when
I
they
know.
said 154.
Okay.
That's what they fought at. Yeah.
Okay. Shawan Rain saying it shaves some time off your career. Margarito versus Cotto won. Yeah, well, that's when Margarito was cheating with his hand reps. Yeah, I just I don't blame the fighter. The fighter is the fighter. As a matter of fact, you kind of look down on the fighter if he says like, "Hey, I don't want to do this anymore." Like, but the team is supposed to be the smart one to say like, "Hey, we got 7 rounds left. I'm not gonna have my guy out there, man. With a broken nose because Mendoza, which it was an accidental headbutt. It's not like
Yeah,
Mendoza came and just slammed his head right into his nose, but he did break his nose, man, and that was early in the fight. So Mendoza is basically just a gatekeeper, but he is fun
he
to
is.
watch.
He's
I
fun
I
to.
I, I agree with you, David. I do want to see him fight. I don't think he'll ever be great, but I think he can have some great fights,
Yeah.
and that's what it's all about. What are you sipping on, David?
You know what? I'm sipping on some white tequila today.
Okay,
I got it at Costco, and a white tequila, Kirkland. You know what? It's actually very good, man. Yeah.
okay. Hey, before we get to the Thurman and Towering Inferno, let's switch to the heavyweights, man. David, Moses Itama beats Jermaine Franklin. Um, look, look. Jermaine Franklin, I know people could say, like, who is he? Who has he ever fought? Actually, Jermaine Franklin has been in the ring with a lot of the top guys. Okay. He's lost. He lost all of them. He lost to Daniel Dubois. He lost to Anthony Joshua. He lost to these guys, but he's never been stopped. So he's been in there against the top heavyweights, but he's never been stopped. Moses Itama goes in there and stops him, David, in the 6th round. And there's no controversy with this stoppage. He does stop him. What was your thoughts on this heavyweight fight, David?
You know what? Itama's ready, man. I think Itama's ready to go to the next level. I'd like to see him fight Wardley next, but it looks like Wardley doesn't want to fight him. But I would like to see him fight Wardley, or else, you know what? There's a lot of good fighters. Saying, I mean, I'd like to see him fight former champions or higher rated contenders, but he's
Mm.
ready. Without a doubt, he's ready. Is he going to be a Mike Tyson? I think it's too early. Too early to say that. But he is going to be a champion.
Man, when he knocked out Franklin while Franklin was still kind of standing up. It took a while for Franklin to go down. Um, Damn, this kid, as it looks like right now, he does look special. That's how it looks like right now. Now, maybe when the competition really steps up, maybe he's not. But I don't think so, David. I think he is special because nobody has done that to Jermaine Franklin. And like I said, everybody can say, like, hey, man, but Jermaine Franklin, he's a C plus at best fighter, everything. But he's been in there with a lot of the top dogs in the heavyweight. He's never been stopped. He lost, but he's never been stopped. He got stopped in the 6th round and pretty convincingly, man. And I don't think he was ever really in that fight. And he got knocked down a time before that as well. This Moses Itama's guy, he moves around really, really well for a heavyweight, man. And I like his speed. Honestly, I would like him to fight the winner of tomorrow's heavyweight fight. That's what I want.
Yeah,
That's what I
that'd be
would
a
do.
good fight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Whoever
Do
wins
you
tomorrow.
think Wilder is and Chisora, you think they're still contenders?
I think look, when it comes to
A former
Moses,
champion. Former
yeah,
champion.
former guys that
Yeah.
have been around the block a few times, guys that
Yeah.
have been in there with top dogs and everything. Yeah, I when it comes to Itama, people are just keep on bringing up Usyk, and you and I talked about it last week. I think these two guys are from different generations. If the fight ever does happen, then okay. But me myself personally, I'm not pushing for it. To me, Usyk is a much older guy. He already announced his retirement. He announced his retirement. He's fighting this kickboxer dude, and he's got 2 more fights. Is Itama the 3rd fight? I don't know. I guess we'll see. But Moses is young. He's 21 years old. This was his 14th or 15th fight. They're different generations. I'm not mad if this fight never happens. I think he
Yeah.
could just kind of, keep on fighting and keep learning and building. And you know what? In reality, David, I'm actually more upset at other heavyweights, man. Where are these guys at? Where is the Richard Torres Jr.? He's still waiting for Frank Sanchez. Where are these guys? We need the new era of
Yes, we
heavyweights,
do.
David, to be building up. Where it's like, oh man, you know what? Maybe in the next 2 years, as these two guys are building up, they collide. Where is that? Why do we have to talk about a 21-year-old having to step in there against a 39-year-old Usyk? Like, let Usyk just kind of retire.
I agree.
Like I said, maybe he does fight him, but where are these young heavyweights that need to start making a name for themselves, David? Because in reality, what I want to see next from Itama is probably like a Zilang Zhang, which is again is going to be made for Itama to win. Even the winner of tomorrow's heavyweight fight, right? It still favors Itama, but I do want to see him in there with veteran guys that have been around the block a few times. Who do you want to see him in there with, David?
You know what? Right now, you mentioned the winner tomorrow. That'd be a good fight.
Okay.
The winner, yeah, that would be a great fight.
Yeah,
Or with Torres. You know what
Okay.
I mean, but Torres. I mean, there's this new kid. He fought, I guess, last week. He was a Hawaiian guy, and he's undefeated too. And he does a Hawaiian dance after. I forgot who. I don't know if he's Hawaiian or Polynesian. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
I like that guy, man. I like to see him fight Torres. You know?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
You know what
yes.
I'm talking about? He's
Yeah,
undefeated.
yeah. I forgot that dude's name. Yes, he
Yeah.
does. When he wins, he does this tribal dance.
Yes.
Yes. Or 8 Ball Parker too. Joseph Parker. So some of
Yeah.
these guys. Yeah,
That would be a good fight. Yeah.
yeah,
8 Ball. You know why he calls him 8 Ball, right?
Why is
You know
that?
why? Because
Why?
they caught him with cocaine.
Okay, yeah,
8
that's
Ball.
right. That's right.
That's a
8
good
Ball.
one, man.
Yeah. Yeah, we are going to get to the Pacquiao Mayweather thing, man. Look, I like Itama. I need to see some of these other heavyweights, David.
Me too.
This guy is lighting up the heavyweight division, but it just seems like the heavyweight division right now, man, is kind of on. It's starting to fall apart. It seemed pretty hot for a while, and I think honestly, David, I think Usyk just kind of took the air out of the tires when it comes to the heavyweight division because he beat a lot of these guys more than once and convincingly. And now he's just kind of like Usyk and then everybody else. And then, there's a Tama that's a few steps below him, but he's way younger and Usyk is on his way out. And we really have no other heavyweights. Look, even in Itama versus Tyson Fury, since Tyson Fury's back, he has a fight coming up. What is it, next week or in 2 weeks or something? I mean, would you be down for that? Do you think it's too soon for him to fight Tyson Fury? Tyson Fury is one of the elites, but he's up there in age as well. He lost to Usyk already numerous of times.
You know what, Ed? That'd be interesting.
Okay.
That would be interesting, man. That would be interesting. I don't think he'll knock him out. I think he'll be an Usyk. I mean, Usyk's never knocked him out. I don't know if he did knock him out, man. I just became a big believer. You know what I mean? I mean, this guy's close to 7 feet, man, 6'8", and he's been knocked down, but he got back up. So that'd be interesting. To be honest with you, I don't want to see him fight again. That fat old slob. You know what I mean? I don't want to see him fight. And that's probably going to be Usyk's last fight. We're throwing money away. We know what's going to happen. Yeah, do you really want to see that fat slob fight again? You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
But we got some good fights with Utama.
No. Okay. Here's the thing. Do I want to see Tyson Fury fight again? The super dad bod? Do I want to see him fight again? Okay. Yes, I do. Do I want to see him fight Usyk again? Heck no. Hell no, man.
What about Itama? You want to see him fight Itama?
Yeah. That'd be. I would like to see what happens there. I would like to see Tyson Fury fight again. Yes, I think there's some fights for Tyson.
Anthony Joshua fight
An
against
Anthony
Anthony
Joshua.
Joshua.
Yeah,
Now
an Anthony
that's a
Joshua
fight that I
fight.
would like to see.
Right.
That's a fight that I would like to see.
Yeah. So do I want to still see him in some fights? Yeah, I do. As long as it's not Usyk. If they do that fight again, it's like, man, that's gonna be horrible. But yeah, Moses Itama, we'll see where it goes from here. Jermaine Franklin, he is who he is. You know, they just put him in there against top guys and he loses, but he's never been stopped. This time he actually got stopped. So that kind of puts a little exclamation mark there behind Itama's name. So yeah, hey man, this kid. The only thing about this kid, David, he needs to fight more.
Yeah,
He needs to fight more. But with that, David, let's go ahead and let's get into the Sebastian Fundora and Keith Thurman fight. Man, I'm not even really sure where to start with this one, David. How did you see this fight, brother?
you know what, man? Now they're saying that he had his gloves packed with something illegal because the
Mm,
way he came out looking, the way he was hitting him, it was a Margarito versus Cotto type of fight.
mm,
You know what I mean? Uh, I would bet that's not the case. I mean, this guy hadn't fought in 3 years. In 5 years, had fought once or twice.
mm.
He's old. You know what I mean? He's hurt, always hurt. And like I said, I've always been a big Thurman fan, but not now. He shouldn't have never been shared a ring against Fundora. Dude, Fundora, like Fundora said, I thought it was going to be harder. Uh, dude, there was no competition, man. There was no competition. I mean, yeah. And I don't think the fight was stopped early either. I don't
Okay.
think John Taylor. I do not believe. You know what? He had not one round, dude. He's older now, dude.
Mhm.
The way his face, all the punches he. I mean, you think he would have caught him with something uh special? No, dude. I mean, he didn't have it anymore. He doesn't have that punch, the energy, the strength. He needs to really retire. That's what he needs to do.
Okay. Demetrio says Thurman looked jail raped.
I agree. I agree. Yes.
Okay. Okay. All right. Look, I have never really been that impressed with Fundora. I've said it. Mikey has gotten mad at me because Mikey's a Fundora guy. And I've been saying, like, look, I don't see anything special in this guy. But David, you pointed out something to me last week that I really thought about. I'm like, okay, that does make him special. The fact that he's 6'5", 6'6" at 154, that in itself is already special. And I'm like, okay, you know what? That is correct. The reason why I was never really that impressed with Fundora is because the way he used to fight, the way when Mendoza knocked him out, I was just like, yeah, he's not that impressive, right? Now, David, now that he's changed his style, now that he does use his height and his reach, damn, David, this guy, Thurman could not get close to him. And not only that, David, but it's almost seemed like Thurman was kind of fighting the wrong fight. Like he tried to just throw like a big haymaker, like leaping forward, and he was still punching nothing but air. It didn't really seem like Thurman really tried to get into the inside, attack the body, try to stay in close quarters with Fundora, nor was Fundora really going to let him do that much. But every time Thurman got close, he backed up as well, and just try to, like, let me take a step back and let me see. Is it clear? Okay, now let me throw just one big chingazo. Let me see if I land it. And he never landed that. He didn't win a single round. He completely got outclassed. I was just thinking, like, look, if Fundora for 1 second, brings himself down to that level and makes himself small and it's like, okay, let's throw some chingazos on the inside, then I thought maybe Thurman can land one. He never did that. I don't know if Thurman still has got power like that or not. I mean, he beat Brock Jarvis. I keep bringing that up, but that, we don't really have many fights to talk about when it comes to Keith Thurman because he never really fights. David, man, look, when it comes to the stoppage, okay, when it comes to the stoppage, I like Taylor. I do. And I'm not against the stoppage. I'm not. But I'm not for it either. Was his face getting messed up? Yes. Thurman was still moving. He was still moving around the ring. I don't think Thurman was going to win. I don't think Thurman was going to land a shot. I don't think any of that. And on top of it, you did have a doctor check out Thurman, right? And the doctor said she was okay. I mean, that he was okay. So I was like, well, okay, well then let it continue. I'm not 100% against the stoppage, David, but like I said, I'm not 100% for it either. If he was moving around, which he was still utilizing the ring. I thought, you know what? Let it continue. Maybe he does land one, which I don't think he was going to, but I'm not 100% sold on the stoppage. But at the same time, I'm not against it either, David. Would you been against it had he just let it continue?
No. I mean, he could have continued, but I think, and I know, we know Tom Taylor. He's been on 2 of my shows. Dude, if anybody has good sense, good knowledge, good judgment as a referee, dude, he is the best and will probably retire as one of the best. Because you know what? To him, the guy has a job. The guy makes a lot of money in his personal life. He does this because he loves boxing as much or more than you and I and Mikey and everybody else that's watching. Well, I know the man. You know what I mean? The only thing I haven't done is get drunk with him or share a meal with him. But someday I will. I don't know about the get drunk, but we'll share a meal. And I've talked to him on the phone, dude. The dude, he will go down as one of the best referees. He could have, if he, I didn't see it as a robbery. I saw it as a precautionary tool because, I mean, he's there. He's watching Thurman's face and he knows how old Thurman is. And so I didn't have a problem with it. Could he have continued? Of course. I would have been okay if he would have continued because I wanted to see Thurman get knocked out, even though I like him, but I think he's in over his head right now. And then I can't wait to talk about whom I believe is the only one at 154 could beat Fundora, but we'll go there later.
You know, I didn't. Maybe I didn't do my homework good enough, but I didn't hear that somebody was talking about that Fundora loaded his hand wraps.
Roly. Who else? Somebody today that Freddie, not Freddie Roach. That guy, what was his name? He's been blowing it up. The one from Boston, the one that used to train. What's his name? Bradley. Remember, he was from.
Teddy Atlas.
Teddy Atlas has been blowing up about it. Yeah, there's a lot of people talking about it.
Okay. So, but it wasn't Thurman or his team that brought it up, though.
No.
Okay. I thought so. Yeah, he looked beat up. He looked bad, man. he looked bad. Okay, David. So, I mean, look, like I said, I'm not 100% against the stoppage. I'm not 100% for the stoppage. If it were me, I would have let it kept going because he was still moving around. Had Thurman got him against the ropes or in the corner and started unloading some chingazos, then I would probably say, like, okay, now you've taken too much. He took a lot of punishment, but he still knew what was going on. He was still moving around. He was still surviving. He wasn't winning. I don't think he was going to win. I still think it was going to be game over for him. But nonetheless, David, he comes out and he bashes referee Taylor. He bashes him and says, like, keep him away. Yeah, he bashed him and said, it would have been fun, man. It would have been fun. Yeah. I was about to get it, which, that's Keith Thurman. But before we get to Fundora, David, what do you want to see next from Keith Thurman? He says he wants to continue fighting. This is the most we have seen Thurman fight in a long time. He fought Brock Jarvis last year, and now he fights Sebastian Fundora. Does he fight this year? Probably not, but maybe we see him fight next year, or maybe we see him fight at the end of the year. But I don't know. From what I understand, or everything that I've seen, he wasn't injured. Like he usually has hand injuries or something like that. I haven't heard anything of any hand injuries. But if we do see Thurman either at the end of this year or next year, what do you want to see him in, David? Or do you want to see him?
I want to see him. I want to see him retire. But if he is going to fight, Sean right now mentioned something that I would love to see him and Errol Spence.
Okay.
You know what? I forgot about that, Sean. You know what? That would be a great fight to watch because they're both already at the end of their career. And you know what? Even throw in Tim Tszyu. I think Tim Tszyu is at the end of his career. So you know what? I think those three, que ahí se agarren de la greña. Have those three fight for pride. Even though I think Thurman should retire for his own sake, for his own physical health.
I was, strangely enough, Tim Tszyu is fighting. Is he fighting? Yeah, he's fighting this weekend.
Fighting tomorrow. Yeah, he's fighting nobody tomorrow.
Yeah, he's fighting tomorrow in the Thunder Down Under in Australia. So he's trying to make a comeback. And there was talks. As a matter of fact, when Thurman beat Brock Jarvis, Tim Tszyu was there. And
that would have been a great fight. I wish we would have saw that fight.
Yeah, and they're calling each other out. Yeah, so that look, if Keith Thurman, do I want to see him retire? He's fun, man. He's fun, and I don't think he's got too many miles on his speedometer, David, because the guy rarely fights.
Yeah,
he rarely fights. I don't know if the dude parties a lot. I don't think he does.
No, he doesn't. He's a family man. As a matter of fact, he lives right across the bay from me. He lives in St. Petersburg. I know exactly where he trains. I've never gone to his gym, but I know exactly where he trains.
Okay, look, should he fight any of these young, hungry dudes? No, he shouldn't. He shouldn't fight any of these dudes. But should he fight the Errol Spences? Yes. Should he fight the Tim Tszyu? Yes. He should fight some of these guys that is like, okay, you know what? We talked a lot of smack and we never handled it in the ring. We never handled it when we were on our prime. What's up, homie? Let's handle it now. Shoot, we're both past our prime. All right. Let the young, up and coming, hungry guys, let the real, the lions of this era, let them take care of themselves. Let us old lions find out what we got left. I'm down with that. I would like to see him versus Tim Tszyu. There was some bad blood right there. And I was actually kind of excited to see that because I was kind of thinking like, wow, Tim Tszyu kind of on his way out already. It seemed, I after the 2 beatdowns he got, I don't think Tim Tszyu is Tim Tszyu anymore. So I would like to see Thurman get in there with Tim Tszyu or Spence if Spence is really coming back. We've been hearing that for a while. So if he dies, he dies. Yeah, and now Sebastian Fundora, David. Let's get to him. What do you want to see from him next?
You know what? I would love to see him fight. Well, I hope he fights. What's his name? Josh Kelly. He's the new world champion at 154. After that fight, hopefully Virgil Ortiz. I think the only one that can beat him right now, and the only reason why I say because Virgil Ortiz is a great boxer and he can also fight inside, and Virgil Ortiz will go for that body. And Virgil's my height. He's 5'11", so he's taller. I mean, that's the only guy that I could see right now beating Fundora. I don't see Boots Ennis beating Fundora, and I know Gordo Gordito, if he's watching, he's going to disagree. I don't see Boots Ennis, and I definitely do not see Sander Sayas or any of the Russians beating him. Especially the new Fundora, dude. Like you said, you know what? I was watching a cartoon or something, and I said, "With little bird, fly your wings." Dude, those wings were what? They were 12 inches longer. 12 inches longer, just that reach that he had against Thurman. And you know what? Now I think this is a new Fundora. 12 inches. I don't think he's going to go down to anybody's height. I think he's going to and then he's just going to clock you. is he's getting that man strength. Remember I talked about that? Dude, he's
Mhm,
27 years old. He's getting that man strength. You got a 6'6". He's 6'6". Six
mm.
foot six, towering inferno who's getting man strength, who's hitting twice as hard as he did last year. Getting strong.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, Anthony Bravo, the PBC doesn't care, man. They put everything pay-per-view. I mean, they had what, Luis Ortiz versus some other heavyweight, I forgot his name, on pay-per-view. They put everything pay-per-view, man. They're the ones that do the most pay-per-views that are not worthy of pay-per-view. So they'll just go ahead and make it pay-per-view, which gets to my point here. Who do I want to see Fundora in there with next? There's a lot of guys I would like to see him in there with next. David, it's not going to happen, brother. I'm telling everybody right now, it's not going to happen. These PBC dudes are not going to play ball with anybody else. It sucks and it's sad because there's some fun fights to be made. But what do I see from Fundora? What I want to see from Fundora next? Yeah, I would like to see him fight a Virgil Ortiz. Virgil Ortiz is still, he's not, I don't think he's fighting this year. But I would like to see him, Eddie Hearn came out and said, like, hey, listen, we've reached out to Fundora's team, talking about what's up with the Josh Kelly fight. That'd be good, but it's not going to happen. Samson Lukowitz already said, like, well, look, we're going to just keep it PBC, which basically means, David, there's some, maybe there was look, there was talks a while back about him fighting Errol Spence. I don't think Fundora, I don't think we see him fight any of these guys, man. I don't. I think we just see him fight a bunch of washed up dudes that used to have a name, maybe even a Jermell Charlo, maybe Errol Spence, but that's it, man. I don't see him fighting any of these guys, man. He's still over there at PBC. All the other top promotions have gone to DAZN, which is great. Hopefully they start working with each other. But these PBC dudes, man, they're still over there just on their little island, and they just kind of want to keep it to themselves.
Hey, Ed, what belt does he have? He has WBC, right?
I think it's a BC. I think it's a WBC.
You know what? I mean, hopefully now with this SUFA and WBC all of a sudden growing some balls, maybe now they're going to say, you know what, you're going to fight your mandatory. And your mandatory fights is from Matchroom. Your mandatory is from Golden Boy. And if he doesn't, they take the belt away. It happened before, the WBO, and he gave up the belt. So you know what? I don't think we're there anymore, Ed, where PBC could say what they did. I think that Turkey Alashi Sufa is a threat to these guys. I don't think we're there anymore. I think we overcame that. I really
David,
do.
David, I hope you're right. I really hope you're right, man. Fundora versus Doslin from Street Fighter. I think Fundora is still taller and stretches longer than that guy, man. I hope you're right, David. I
I
hope
don't
you're
think
right.
we're there. Yeah.
Look. In all reality, even with the new Fundora, I still think a lot of these dudes beat him. I know it sounds like I hate on Fundora. I don't. I just don't think the Brian Mendozas, the Keith Thurmans, I don't think those guys beat him anymore. But do I think I still think Xander Zayas beats him. I still think
Really?
Boots Ennis beats it. Yeah, I still think Virgil Ortiz. I think Virgil Ortiz actually stops him.
Yeah. I me too.
Yeah, I still think these guys beat them, but we'll have to, we'll have to see, man. The PBC is still playing the political party in boxing, and I hope you're right, David. I hope you're right, man, because they're not putting on a lot of shows, and they don't really have like a good deal with Prime. So everything that they do with them is just going to be pay-per-view. So I'd be surprised, David. Honestly, I'd be surprised if we see Sebastian Fundora fight again this year. I don't think we see him fight. I think we see him fight next year.
And you know what
Unfortunately.
he said, Ed, was very interesting in the post fight conference. He
Mm,
says, I don't care about belts. He goes, as soon as he goes, if I ever unite all the belts, I'm leaving. I'm going to 160 or 168. He goes, I'm here for the fights. and hopefully he gets rid of that Lukowitz, where that
Yeah.
nutcase is. Hopefully he gets rid of him, because I mean Lukowitz is kissing Al Heyman's butt, by saying what he said. Oh, we only fight. Yeah, okay. It's a WBC. The WBC right now is threatened, and I have a feeling WBC is going to say no. Finally, they're going to say no because they're threatened by the Sheik, and also by Sufa.
And Zuffa does have a Zuffa 5 this Sunday as well, man. Magsayo's fighting on that card. But, Lukowitz, he looks like a little Diablito, man. He looks he looks like a straight character, like a sleazeball from the movie Scarface or something. He looks like a straight sleazeball, man. But you know what? Let's see. Let's hope for the best. I hope we do see Fundora in some of these fights, or if he decides to move to 160, where 160 is clear now. Carlos Adames, he says he's moving up to 168. So if Fundora goes to 160, basically all you have there is Landy Lara. So maybe he fights a Lara at 160. We'll see. We'll see. It's very early. So hey, David, let's go ahead and let's talk about this Pacquiao Mayweather 2. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and let's have Oscar De La Hoya tell us.
Yo, what's up, guys? I wasn't going to do a clapback, but all the news on Mayweather, Pacquiao, potentially falling apart. I mean, I have to say this. Mayweather, come on, dude. Fight a real fight. You're still trying to protect your O. Yes, you're 50-0 on paper, but people know you've lost. Shit, your own father said you lost against me back when we fought. And what's crazy is that people don't know that we had a rematch clause for 1 year. And what do? Your pussy ass retires for 1 year and 1 day. Bro, ever since I got beat up by Manny Pacquiao in my last fight, I've wanted to fight every single day, but I couldn't because I wasn't right. Physically, emotionally, I just wasn't right. All that depression, all that shit that I had within my spirit. But now these last 5 years, I've put in the work, man. Woo! I did a lot of work and I feel happy. I feel at peace. And you know what? A man at peace is a dangerous fucking man. I can fucking take on King Kong if I want and beat his ass. Shit, I'll even fight Jake Paul. Let's go.
All right. He did a lot of work. Yeah, man, he got surgery and got a six-pack, David. Hey, David. So Mayweather was interviewed, and in the interview, he said that the fight between him and Pacquiao is an exhibition. Everybody else from Netflix, Pacquiao, everybody that's involved in this says it is not an exhibition. It is at the Sphere, which again, Mayweather said we're looking at that. It seems like everybody knows what's going on except for Mayweather. And from the research that I did, David, on this, okay, because I actually am interested in this fight. Unlike most people, I actually do want to see this. Okay. Mayweather, from what I understand, he actually took out some money from the purse that he was guaranteed to make in this fight. I don't know how much he took out. So basically, like if he was, I don't know, I'm just going to make up numbers. If he was going to make 20 mil, he said, all right, let me get 3 million of that in advance. So he already took out some sort of, not loan, because it's his money that he's going to making in that fight. I don't know how much. I don't know what the percentage is, but he took out some money from that, right? Now everybody's saying he's in breach of contract and this fight is in jeopardy, but he is in breach of contract, David. This can go really, really bad for him. Pacquiao is saying, no, that this is a real fight. Here's Pacquiao.
Manny, by chance, did you see what Floyd said? I think saying that he feels it's an exhibition and not a real fight.
Is that what he's feeling? But he signed a real fight.
So it's for sure.
Yes, the contract that we signed is a real fight.
Real fight. Okay.
Yeah, it's a real fight. David, what's your thoughts on all this?
Once again, he can't read.
Oh,
Mayweather can't read. Remember when they had him read something he couldn't read?
yeah,
I know he has attorneys and everything. Dude, Mayweather doesn't want to lose EO. Hey, what's up, JC? He doesn't want to lose EO. And he's gonna lose. Pacquiao's been fighting, man. I mean, Pacquiao fought a world champion. You know what I mean? Pacquiao's been fighting. Pacquiao's ready to fight. The one that I want to see, dude, I never wanted to see that part two. Because I mean, two old guys, but I do want to see. I'm contradicting myself. I want to see Pacquiao against Rolly now. I would love to see Pacquiao against Rolly. You know what I mean? I mean, instead of Mayweather or Rolly, I want to see him fight Rolly. But what I'm saying is, dude, Mayweather, he's an idiot. He lost his money. He has no more money. He's lost everything. He's going to be in the streets someday. He's lost everything.
And by the way, I want to go ahead and make this clear. Okay, so this is a signed contract. If he does not go on with this, this will end up bad for him. This
Of
is
course, yeah, they're going to sue him. They're going to sue him, but where are they going to get money from? And where are they going to get money from? He's losing everything.
That's why I'm trying to tell everybody on this. This is a breach of contract. This isn't just like, oh, you know what? I'm just not going to fight then, man. If that's the way it's going to be, I'm just not. No, he cannot just walk away from this. If he
Ed, here we are talking about breach of contract. We have a president who's filed bankruptcy a dozen times. You know what I mean? And what happened to him? He's our president now. I mean, this breach of contract. I mean, what does that really matter if you don't? I mean, we have a president who's been a former breach of contract. Many of them. I know this is a political, and I never talk political stuff. But what I'm trying to tell you is, so what? It's a breach of contract. What are they going to do? He's losing buildings. He's losing everything. Homes. He's losing cars. What are they going to do?
Take even whatever he's got left. Take his
calzones. Take his calzones. You know.
From what I understood, David, he actually got money.
Yes, he did. He did
from the purse that he was supposed to make. I don't know how much. So I at least get that back. But
yeah, well, they're gonna get their money because I'm sure he has 2 or 3 Rolls Royces that he's hiding somewhere. They're gonna get it back.
You know, people are saying like, "Hey, this is on his team." I don't know if he has a team anymore. I mean, a team costs money.
It does.
I'm sure he has a lawyer or something, but maybe not the same people. He used to have a team around him, but that's a payroll. I don't know if he really has a team around him anymore like that. That's really looking out for his best interest because they're getting paid well. Does this fight happen, David?
I hope not. I really do. I wasn't looking forward to it. You know what I mean? I mean, Floyd Mayweather, dude, God bless him. You know what I mean? Especially, you know, the way he's acting, you know, I have all this money, I'm a billionaire. Dude, God bless him. I don't want to see him. I mean, what he's 47, 48 years old now? Older than that, probably.
Yeah, see, man, you know, I actually wanted to see this, man.
Really?
I did. I really wanted to see this.
Why, Ed? I mean, this guy is going bald already. No disrespect, I'm going bald. I've been bald for 30 years. But what I'm saying is, I mean, look at him, man. I mean,
okay. Here's why, David. Here's why. He's been having these exhibition fights, right? That nobody really knows about because nobody really cares about, right? He fought like John Gotti III. He's fought kickboxers. He's fought some dude in Japan. You know,
he needed money, Ed. He needed money.
Yes. So if he's fighting these exhibitions, right? I think Pacquiao versus Mayweather now at this stage will be, I'm not saying it'll be a great fight, but I think it'll be a better fight than the first one.
But do you want to see an exhibition? Would you pay to see an exhibition?
The fact that it would have been an exhibition with bigger gloves and all that, it does take away the steam. Would I have watched? yeah, I would have watched. It's Netflix, which also goes back to the whole breach of contract. Netflix is big, man. If those dudes take you to court, it's one thing taking, a former billionaire or a billionaire to, court or something, but Netflix is huge and they're on this contract. But the fact that it was going to be a real fight, that did intrigue me more. An exhibition, I'm still gonna watch. Don't get me wrong, but the fact that it was a real fight, I'm like, okay, let's do it. I think it'll be a better fight. Not that it's gonna be a great fight, but I think it'll be a better fight because both of these guys, their reflexes have slowed down. Mayweather is one of the best defensive fighters ever. His reflexes aren't as fast anymore, So to me, I want to see what was gonna happen. Now, to the best of my knowledge, this fight isn't off yet. So I don't know. It's still up in the air that this fight's going to happen or what. But yeah, I do want to see it. Hey, something on there, David, that De La Hoya said he wants to fight. Do you want to see him fight, Holmes? And if you do, who do you want to see him fight?
Right now, Anthony just said something pretty good, actually. Put De La Hoya in there. De La Hoya said he could beat King Kong. Orale, beat Cheetah. The little chimpanzee beat Pacquiao. If you could beat King Kong, fight Cheetah.
Yeah, the thing is, I've seen the degenerates box. The thing is, though, David, De La Hoya had to kill himself to make 147 to fight Pacquiao many years ago. Yeah. So that's going to be rough, man. But would you like to see him fight a Jake Paul? Would you be interested in that?
Oh, dude, no. You know what I want to see? Well, I mean, I'll watch it. You know what I mean? I think De La Hoya will beat Jake Paul. But you know who I really want to see? Maybe De La Hoya's needs money too. That's why all of a sudden. But you remember when De La Hoya was going to fight that former MMA fighter? All of a sudden he said he got sick and he never fought him again because that guy would have killed him. Right. Remember that? Who was it? That MMA fighter. And after he got okay, he showed a picture. He was in the hospital. And it was puro pedo. It was a bunch of lies, dude. He wasn't even sick.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? And I agree with you, Sean. You know what? De La Hoya right now was higher than a kite when he was in that interview on coke. You know what I mean? I mean, yeah. That's why he could beat King Kong. We've seen that before.
I would like to see him fight Jake Paul. I would, man. I would like to see him fight Jake Paul. Let's do it, man. Let's do it. Although I will say this, David. I will say this. Like De La Hoya, he's been doing a lot of things to embarrass himself and all that, right? But he still got a lot of people want to leave Golden Boy, man. A lot of people want to leave Golden Boy. If he gets in there in the ring and gets his ass kicked, good gosh, man, that's another black guy. But maybe it doesn't. I was gonna say another black guy on the Golden Boy brand, but who knows? Maybe it doesn't matter, man. I mean, we've seen them jumping around in little Speedos and little thongs and all this stuff. So who knows? Maybe it doesn't. It wouldn't affect his brand. But
it was Victor Belfort. You're absolutely right, Sean.
Victor Belfort. Yeah.
It was. You know what? That guy would have killed him. Because you know what? During that time, he was training in Boca Raton, and I used to go to the gym and watch him train. That guy, Victor, a good friend of mine, was training him. And they were pissed because they knew that he was lying, that he was sick. This guy would have killed him. But what do you think about Pacquiao? You didn't answer. Pacquiao and Rolly.
Pacquiao and Rolly, Pacquiao still looked good. He's definitely not the Manny Pacquiao that we once knew. But against somebody like a Rolly, I'd be down with that.
I think Rolly will retire him.
Maybe.
I would love. I mean, they say Rolly hits like a mule, man. That's what they say.
Do you think?
He's not going to fight Haney after all. Haney backed out of the fight.
Yeah. Do you think Rolly is good? It seems like people have been have been turning the page on Rolly and saying like, "Hey, maybe this guy is a really good fighter."
I don't think he's a good fighter, but I do think that he could hurt you. I don't think he's a great fighter. I don't know. I mean, watch him. I don't think, but now that he's with Salas, so his style has changed. I mean, now that he's with Salas, no longer with his father, Salas has changed him. Look what he did to Ryan Garcia. Dude, he beat Ryan Garcia.
Yeah, yeah. I still think Rolly is terrible. I think he hits hard. I do think, I still think he hits hard, but I still don't think. I think Pacquiao stands a chance against a Rolly.
I
I,
like to
I
see it. I like to see it.
Man, the thing is, I don't really want to see Pacquiao get hurt like that, though, man. I think he could beat Rolly, but if he doesn't, I think Rolly can really hurt Pacquiao.
Yeah, you know those
So,
special ed kids, man. They were always strong. Remember when we were in
yeah,
school?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and only special. You
Yeah,
know,
as somebody
he, he,
as somebody said one time, retard strength. No,
exactly, man. I don't
yeah,
want to say it, but that's what it is, bro.
yeah, yeah. Teo versus Ryan official. I have not heard that. I have not heard that. But what about Rolly, Emiliano Vargas? Well, Emiliano is still at 140, Rolly at
147.
147.
He's a champion at 147.
I,
Yeah.
I, I think Emiliano will completely school Rolly, man. But hey, David, we do have a heavyweight fight tomorrow. We got Derek Chisora versus Deontay Wilder. These two guys definitely both past their prime. None of them were really special. I think Deontay Wilder just got a lot of hype because he was knocking dudes out, but he was knocking a bunch of, just a bunch of panzones, man, a bunch of nobodies. Once the competition stepped up, that was it. But Deontay Wilder is going through a lot of issues, David, outside of boxing. And this fight, there was some sort of issue with the gloves. They couldn't agree on the gloves until just, from what I understand, today, where they agreed on the gloves. But Deontay Wilder's being sued for child abuse from his stepson or something like that. He's going through some issues, David. What's your thoughts on this fight?
I think Chisora by knockout. I agree with you, JC. Chisora by knockout.
Okay. All right. Deontay Wilder, man. Do you not give him a chance on this?
Well, he has that right hook, bro. I mean, he has that hook that can knock you out. But I think Chisora is going to knock him out.
Okay. Early rounds, late rounds.
Mid rounds.
Chisora, I'll tell you, man, Chisora is one of these guys that he doesn't care, man. Just put me in the ring. I'll fight them all, man. I'll fight them all. And he has. He doesn't care about the losses. I mean, this guy's got like 14 losses or something like that, but he still remains relevant, David, to a certain degree. To a certain degree. He's definitely more relevant across the pond than he is over here, for dang sure. But he still remains in the conversations with, all the top heavyweights. Not that he's a top heavyweight, but every time you talk about the heavyweights, probably more across the pond, but his name is somewhere mentioned. He's lost a lot, but he's remains relevant, man. This guy gets in there. He's in great fights all the time, man. And that's why I pick Chisora. Now, David, he is saying that this is his last fight. Win, lose, or draw, this is his last fight. Wilder, on the other hand, is saying like, Chale, win, lose, or draw, homie, I'm coming back, man. This is my comeback. Do you want to see Deontay Wilder after tomorrow, or does it depend what happens tomorrow?
It depends what happens tomorrow. If he gets knocked out, dude, he's done. He's done. What was his last fight? He lost his last fight. Remember? He got knocked out in his last fight.
Deontay Wilder, he actually, I think, won his last fight that nobody watched.
Well, no, the one before where they said, you know what, he's done.
Yeah, he got whooped by Joseph Parker.
Joseph Parker, yeah.
Joseph Parker put hands on him. I can't remember exactly who fought last, but Wilder needs to knock him out with, and it's across the pond, so they're not going to do Wilder any favors, man. But if it goes to the judges' scorecards, they're probably going to favor. Okay, he lost to Zhang. He lost to Zhang.
That's
Okay,
what it was,
okay,
yes.
all right. And then, but I think he had a fight somewhere like in Tennessee or Kentucky. He had a fight in a weird, odd spot where it's like, wait, why is this guy fighting somewhere in the middle of the country? And I think he won, if I'm not mistaken. But and it was on some weird platform. I don't know what platform it was on, but I do recall something like that. I might be wrong. But look, when it comes Derek Chisora wearing a mask of Tyson Fury because
He lost
Deontay
twice.
Wilder, yeah, man. Or twice. Yeah, he fought him 3 times. Yeah, but twice. Do you think this is a good fight, David?
Yeah, I'm going to watch it. I like watching Wilder and Chisora's going to be a interesting fight. Great fight? No, but it's going to be an interesting fight. I mean, Deontay Wilder lost twice against Fury, lost against Parker, lost against Zhang, came back on June 25th, fought this other guy. Now he's fighting again. So he's lost 4. Yeah.
Yeah, look, neither one of these guys is going anywhere. As a matter of fact, Chisora's retiring after this, according to him. Wilder, his days are way behind him. But I think it's going to be a fun fight. So I don't think they're going anywhere, but I think it's going to be a fun fight. And I still wouldn't mind seeing Deontay Wilder versus Anthony Joshua. I still would like to see that. And I think, David, Wilder knows this. I think this is Wilder's plan, David, to go fight Chisora across the pond, hoping to beat Chisora to score an Anthony Joshua fight. Because I think that, and then I think that he'll cash out from there. He's going through some legal issues, man. Deontay Wilder is. He's going through some legal issues. Anthony, but we talked about that opening up the show today, man. But I still got Chisora. I think Chisora puts it to him. I do. So, but yeah, I think he knocks him out in the, I'm going to say in the 9th, 10th round. 9th, 10th round. So, but it should be fun, man. It should be fun. I do like the fight. But anything else, brother, before we wrap it up?
No, that's it. That's it, brother. Just hopefully I can't wait for May 2nd. The what's the name? Benavides card. That's going to be a good card, man. It's going to be a great card. I can't wait.
You know, there's a fight that I'm looking forward to that nobody has brought up, and it happens in a few weeks. That's Anthony Morrell. Guys, what's his first name?
David
Morrell. David Morrell.
Yeah.
Against Callum Smith.
That's going to be a good fight. Yeah.
That's going to be a good fight, man. That's going to be a good fight. All right, we're going to wrap it up right there. Next week, we should have Mike Zavala back. If he does not get in a shotgun wedding down in Colombia, we'll see, man. But that is one Mr. David Contreras at Gran Chingones Metal. Cholo Truck, Los Tres Chingones Boxing. You guys enjoy the fights tomorrow. Whatever you get. We do have fights, not just tomorrow, but weekend. We do have Zuffa. We do have some ESPN and all female card as well on ESPN on Sunday. But whatever you guys do this weekend, be safe doing it. So we'll come back and do it again. Catch you guys on.
And let me just say this real quick. Don't forget that it's Easter this Sunday. If it's at one time a year that you go to church, go Sunday. Just remember that, you know what, it's by the grace of God that we're saved. And you know what, this Sunday is going to be a very special day, not only in America, but I believe around the world. So please, if it's at one time a year that you go, please look up to heaven and just thank the Lord that he gave his life for us and by his stripes we're healed. Thank you. Just don't forget.
Absolutely. I'll be in church tomorrow morning, man. So we'll catch you guys on the next round.
Thank you, brother.